Why does Jesus say we should not eat unclean animals, such as animals like pork, lobster, crab, and all of these famous meals, worldwide and especially in Jamaica? Jesus emphasized that we should only eat animals that part the hoof and chew the cud, but not animals that part the hoof and not chew the cud. You cannot have one without another, they both have to be synchronized. Pork is a very famous meal that is ate, not only in Jamaica but also a worldwide famous meal. Jesus emphasized that pork is unclean, intrinsically unclean and spiritually unclean. Don't believe me? Watch this video.
Okay.
Gotta put them on now.
Listen to that sizzling. Nothing at first. Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Why are you touching them?
Scientists have found tapeworm larvae in man's brain after he ate undercooked pork. This infection is called cysticercosis. It's caused by ingesting the pork's tapeworm eggs, which can happen either by eating contaminated undercooked pork. Jesus actually speaks about this specific animal in Leviticus 11 verse 7 to 8. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall he not eat, and their carcass shall he not touch, they are unclean to you. Now, Jesus has something against these animals. If we now go to Leviticus 11 verse 3, it says, whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven foot, and cheweth the cud among these beasts, he shall eat. Nevertheless, these shall he not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. Now, the question you should ask yourself now, why is it that Jesus speaks about these specific animals? And what is the real specifics behind these things? Parting hoof and chewing the cud. Parting hoof. Deuteronomy 14 verse 12. For it is written, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all nations and upon the earth. Jesus wants us to be different. Jesus calls us to be different. We are a holy people, a royal nation, a peculiar people. We are different. Jesus says, as the camel parts the hoof, we should be different. So Jesus calls us to be different. One specific why Jesus says that we should eat animals that part the hoof. Now, just as animals with parted hoofs can walk and separate themselves from the impurities of the ground, God's people are called to be separated from the world impurities. 2 Corinthians 6 verse 17. Now, what does chewing the cud mean? What is the specific of chewing the cud? And a reflection of God's word in Psalms 1 verse 2, it is written, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth he meditate day and night. Just as animals that chew and eat and digest and re-eat their food, God's people are encouraged to meditate on his word, digesting and applying it to their lives. Another analogy. Think of a farmer who carefully selects his best seed to plant it in his garden. He chooses these seeds that are very healthy and that are suitable for the soil. Similarly, God chooses certain animals to be clean, reflecting his desire for his people, and to be set wholly apart. Jesus calls us to be like the animals, parting the hoof. We should be separated. We are holy and we are righteous. We should be different from the world. Parting of the hoof. No, chewing the cud. Jesus says that we should meditate on his word. Man cannot live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. We should eat the word, re-eat the word. Just as animals that chew the cud, they re-eat their food. which is regurgitation, bring it back in the food and eating it. We should apply these things to our life and eat in the word. And that is now, my friends, why God says that animals that chew the cud and are cloven-footed that part the hoof are clean. Likewise, pork is unclean, both physically and spiritually. Have a blessed day.